the hypersonic Kinjal missile. It reaches speeds of 12,000 kilometers per hour or 2 miles per second and can fly to London in 10 minutes. The worst part is that it's impossible to intercept. How does it work? It has a range of 2,000 kilometers. This is not much, but if it is launched from Kaliningrad, almost all European countries, except Spain and Portugal, will be within its range. In order to shoot it down, you have to be able to predict its path. But since the Kinjal maneuvers at hypersonic speeds, it's impossible to intercept. The Kinjal is capable of carrying both conventional and nuclear warheads with a yield of up to 500 kilotons. To understand, that's 33 Hiroshimas in one missile. Let's see what happens if just one such missile hits London. First, a fireball about 1.5 miles in diameter, or almost 2.5 kilometers per hour, would form. Anything within that radius would be completely vaporized. The center of the explosion will cover Westminster, including Big Ben and Westminster Abbey. The temperature at the epicenter will be comparable to the surface of the sun. People and buildings would simply cease to exist. Then, there is a zone of total destruction extending 3.5 miles from the epicenter. That's 5.5 kilometers. In this zone, the blast wave will destroy most of the buildings. The areas of Camden Town, Shoreditch, and Hackney will be completely destroyed. Next is the thermal radiation zone. It's a 5.5-mile radius. That's about 9 kilometers. People in this area will suffer third-degree burns. The fire will cover parts of Stratford, South Croydon, and parts of Harrow in the west. But the destruction will not stop. The wave will reach 11 miles from the center of the blast, or 18 kilometers. Here, windows will be blown out, roofs ripped off, and people will be injured by flying debris. The areas of Wimbledon, Ealing, Brentford, and parts of Bromley will be affected. In the end, one such strike will result in the immediate death of 707,000 people, and another 1,800,000 will be seriously injured. What makes this missile particularly dangerous is that it can be launched from a MiG-31 fighter jet at an altitude of 20 kilometers or 12.5 miles. This makes it unpredictable and even harder to detect, as it's out of range of many low and mid-range radars. The missile has time to fly closer before a scanner detects it. There are about 100 in Russian service now. Several of them are at Khabarovsk Air Base, designed to control the Pacific region, and U.S. strategic facilities in Alaska and the northwestern United States. A few more at Air Base Akhtubinsk, proximity to the southwestern borders of Russia, operational access to European countries, Germany, Great Britain, France. Some at Olenya Air Base, strategically important node for strikes on northern Europe and the Atlantic. Proximity to the Northern Fleet bases makes it possible to launch combined attacks from naval platforms. Remember, these missiles are being built against us humans, but we can build peace. It was a 3 days visualizer channel. Subscribe. We have the most original content